This is House of Chatter, and well, today it is just life with Emmy. A little triggered for a number of reasons, but something's been bothering me, and the only reason why I started this channel was I could talk about stuff that bothers me. Maybe other people would feel the same or feel less isolated or crazy or whatever, because as you guys know, my life has just been a train wreck. And I dived, dabbled, playing, I don't know, but jumping into the world of not online dating, but like, a Bumble app, I'll say. It's not Match.com, so I don't have to worry about Ryan Reynolds spying on me. But putting myself out there and trying to meet new people, I should say, it's been pretty interesting and surprising because, I have like 2 chats going on. So it's not like you go on there and you get like a whole bunch of like, people messaging you, because they're not exactly messaging you. They're just saying that they like you, like they swipe right and I'm swiping left, except for a couple. One is quite successful and we have talked for a few days now. He might be a lawyer. He might be a very good lawyer. But anyway, we've had some very interesting conversations. And the first one started out extremely heavy. And he's a lawyer. He also is, or was, a divorce attorney. So I basically felt like I got grilled for 2 hours. And when I say grilled for 2 hours, I mean peppered with questions. Like I was on the stand getting cross-examined. Every answer that I had another follow-up question. And so why am I getting divorced and how long is it taking and what's involved and all that other stuff, which is fun to explain, but it's also nerve-wracking, anxiety-producing. I have no ego. He has all of the ego in the world, comes off as cocky, arrogant. He calls it confidence. I call it arrogance. But he had said something to me as I was being very honest about my past relationships and why they ended, and my husband's suicide, and the fact that I'm getting divorced because, he was yelling at me. And hey, Gelth, what's this about your arrogance? I think he's arrogant. That's what I think. I think he's arrogant because the conversation was centered around past relationships and how his profession sounds like it's better than other people's profession. I still find it stupid you can't say certain words. Who was the dating guy? So we're not dating, we're like chatting. There has not been an official meeting in person. We're just, I guess, feeling each other out. It's been kind of fun. But I think that he's arrogant. There's also another guy I'm talking to, but the conversation is on a different level. More like on a friendship level, kind of interesting person. So there's that. We're gonna have to like interrogate him or something. Or I think Shash Home Media will have to interrogate him. But yes, arrogance. The little things that ticked me off was when I mentioned my ex-husband was a respiratory therapist, the lawyer with the Ivy League pedigree was just like all over. He's like, oh wow, I'm doing so much better already, and da 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 da. And there's no competition, and type of conversation. So that is why Hansi says, can I see your face? I may show my face. I've been thinking about going public with my face. I am just very hesitant to do that. I feel like I might lose my privacy and all that other stuff, but I'm thinking about it. So we'll see what happens. It's been suggested before by many people, including the lawyer. So, but he also mentioned in the face of like my relationships, like, oh, there was an suicide, and my late husband was a paranoid schizophrenic, and my ex-husband just yelled at me all the time, and really now I realize that he was making me sick. But anyways, he had mentioned something along the lines of, wow, you sure know how to pick them. And it took me back a little bit. Like I was kind of hurt and surprised, but more like put down. Like I felt super put down. Like there was something wrong with me, and maybe there is, I do know how to pick them. I do have a type. They all remind me of my dad. They all, like, their mean streaks remind me of my dad. And my dad is mean. My dad is a yeller. My dad doesn't say nice things. My dad has said very negative things about, other cultures and races. And I fell victim of that. I grew up feeling completely ugly because my dad would mock other people's features. And so, I hated my face growing up. Like my nose is too big, my lips are too big, my chest is too big. I grew up thinking that. Now I'm thinking it's like, well, no, I don't have to pay for it, right? But that's my dad. Angry, yelling, we can't live together. We've done it a few times. Can't do it. We're not even talking right now because we got in a fight. So, yeah, I have a type, and my type is not a nice person. And it's probably because I grew up with that. I grew up believing all this nasty stuff my dad said. I grew up not feeling wanted or whatever. I grew up with stories from my dad telling me that my biological mom tried to give me away every single chance that she could because she did not want me. Like, and when I say did not want me, like my dad was left off the birth certificate so that she could adopt me like from the NICU. Like she tried to put me up for adoption while they thought that I wasn't going to make it home. So, and I heard that from like, for like ever, just how I wasn't wanted. So I grew up thinking that. So I started, I don't know, dating my dad. And yeah, so maybe I do know how to pick them, but maybe I was taught to pick them, and I'm trying to undo all of that learning. I see you, Gauth, and yes, we will talk. And yes, I have to do all of that unlearning. So I thought I would pick somebody that I probably wouldn't normally pursue. And yes, I was the first to pursue the lawyer. I had an amazing pickup line. My pickup line was, lawyers are sexy as fluff. And he responded. So that was my pickup line. But anyways, I just wanted to pop on here and let you know, a little bit what's going on with my life. No neighbor issues, so that's good. But, I think things are going to get a little bit more difficult as far as the kiddos go, because next month is the anniversary, and we're already having parent-teacher conferences about behaviors and sadness and big feelings. And oh my gosh, I just forgot my brain. Oh, and so yes, so I'm also dealing with that. Like, my kids may freak out emotionally in the next month or so because we have an anniversary and the body doesn't forget, and we all get a little bit emotional. And me, now I am just flooded with all sorts of feelings and thoughts and memories that just randomly pop up like out of nowhere. Which I'm not sure if I experienced before or what, but certainly my brain is remembering a very important anniversary. Gareth, you're really sweet. And I'm going to say this though, live. Emmy, even if I am in the friend basket, I can still give you advice and help as needed. I really appreciate that. Please send me food pictures. And I need more recipes. Okay, so I'm going to get off here. I have a handyman coming because I installed a deadbolt myself. And the way that I installed my deadbolt, there is a gap between the lock and like the hole. So you could like look through my front door and like see us, because there's this huge gap. And apparently where I went wrong was like, there's 2 screws, but you're supposed to screw them at the same time, meaning like really like slowly, like, I don't know, like you do the left a little slow, and then you do the right, and then so you can't just do like one side. And I did one side, and then I went to the other side, and now it's all wonky. So I had to hire a handyman because I am not a carpenter or do construction, and I'm just a nurse. That's a freaking doorknob. So anyways, I gotta go catch them. I'll catch you guys later. And side note, where is Judge Lyman's order? Gauth, it's called positioning. It helps it stay stable. Well, the instructions didn't say go left, right, from what I remember. We just went, yeah, I'll send you a picture. You guys are gonna laugh at me, and yeah, I think it's kind of comical. All right, bye guys.